welcome you, sir. Thank you for joining us for this live.
Thank you for having me here.
I really want you to tell us about a bit about yourself and how you have been incorporating yoga and how your journey has been till now.
My name is Mukund, and I come from Ahmedabad. I studied there schooling, then went to IIT Kanpur, did my electrical engineering from IIT Kanpur, and then worked in Tata Motors for 14 years and 32 years in Bharat Forge.
Oh.
After that, I decided to retire. I started learning yoga in 1988,
Oh.
and that was on insistence of my wife, who went to Iyengar Yoga's class first, and she liked it so much, she said, Mukund, you have to join. And once we joined, that became a common activity for us. And we would leave our daughters at my grandparents' place and go to
The yoga.
yoga class. And we continued. In 1995, I started teaching there, first the children's class, which I taught up to 2004.
Okay.
And then I started teaching adults and beginners. And then I started teaching last 6 years ago, senior citizens.
Right. Okay.
So in this whole association with the Ramamani Iyengar Institute, I was fortunate to have known B.K.S. Iyengar and also his daughter, his son and the whole family. And I learned from all the persons in that family. So it was very good experience.
That's really nice, sir. So today, as it is International Yoga Day, I really hope that this is a very special day for you. You might have, because this is a day where people get to know more about yoga, get to know how important yoga is, as you know that being mindful, being having a stable mind with all of the stress, with us youngsters developing this stress and everything. So I just want to know that how we as youngsters or anyone from the workplace experiencing stress can incorporate yoga in their daily lives and help them not not be stressful. I can't say not be stressful, but
Yoga is not a one-day affair.
Right.
So I would say that to start with, any day is good enough, including the International Yoga Day. Any age is also right age to start yoga.
Right.
We at the institute say that after 7 years, because before 7 years, your attention span is very limited.
Okay.
So we start teaching children at the age of 7, and in some of the classes I have seen people who are coming even now up to the age of 93. We have one Mr. Mahadevan who is 93 and he comes for the yoga class. And the yoga that we practice, I will just give a brief background for the yoga. It is called Ashtanga Yoga.
Yes.
It was propounded by Patanjali, who was a sage, who lived 500 before Christ, 500 years before Christ. And it is said that he is incarnation of Adishesha, which is the seating snake on which Vishnu sits. And that story is also very interesting, but we'll talk about it later sometimes. And see, yoga is not going to a gym. Okay? You have to get interested in that. And so you start, the beginning is always small. And once you get a good person who can teach you, then you get motivated to do better and better and better. So this is how we do in our class. When we begin yoga teaching to beginners, we first get them engaged. Okay? Yoga has many benefits, and what we teach is only one part of the yoga. But you have to then read on your own to be able to. The yoga that we practice is called Ashtanga Yoga. it has 8 limbs. And the first limb is called yama. There are 5 commandments of good social behavior. How do you behave in society? The next is niyama. There are 5 commandments of individual behavior. Then comes asana, and what we are practicing is asana. But unless you start practicing yama and niyama, your asana practice will not be so fulfilling. And once you get engaged in asana practice, then you go to the next level, which is the pranayama. Pranayama and pratyahara. So first, external yoga, you can say. That means yama, niyama, asana are to do with external world, where we use all our 5 senses and our mind. Afterwards, we start focusing attention inwards. And how it beneficial is, it generally improves your health. For example, at my age, I am not taking any medication. My cardiologist had said that I should start 20 years ago. He should have told me that I should start taking medicine for reducing my cholesterol. When I had hypertension, I used yoga therapy. So I don't take any medicine for hypertension, nor for diabetes, nor for this thing. Last 20, I don't remember when I got last fever. So I think you have to begin, and once you get engaged into it, when we practice asana, it is not only exercise. Okay, you are trying to control your body, create space within your mind, your heart, and your body, so that your life and your thinking process, instead of being fluctuating, it stabilizing. And that stability we learn in asana. For example, when you are doing standing poses, initially you will find it difficult to stand in one place and not lose your balance. Okay. And as another big advantage is, all the modern living is desk based.
Right.
You're sitting on the chair whole day. The difference between a gym and yoga is, in gym when you go, you're contracting muscles to strengthen. In yoga, you are lengthening your muscles to make them more strong. So you become more flexible and you become more healthy. The prayer, and the Patanjali was a sage, and he did 3 most important things. One is he wrote Mahabhashya, which is a book on Sanskrit grammar. So he learned Sanskrit, and then first book of grammar he wrote. He also wrote Charak Samhita, which is Ayurveda. And then, so he started first with language, then with health of a person by practicing Ayurveda, by discovering Ayurveda, and then for the mind he developed yoga and gave it to us, these 3 gifts. In my professional life, I got benefited because of 3 most important things. First, yama is ahimsa. And Guruji, Iyengar Guruji always used to say, the second one is satya. So Guruji always used to say, look at this, these 2 yamas are so important that Gandhiji, just by practicing these 2, he was a yogi. Just by practicing these 2, he got independence. So in my career, it helped me, though I was working in an engineering company right from beginning, but it gave me a professional integrity, and that formed the foundation and basis for my career. So if you are honest, if you are not non-violent, okay, so ahimsa, satya. Next is asteya. Asteya means non-stealing. You should not steal from others. Next is brahmacharya. Brahmacharya, not celibacy, but a disciplined way of life. So yoga brought that discipline to my life and my professional career. And then aparigraha is the fifth yama. And aparigraha means being non-greedy. In today's world, we have become so materialistic, and that I want to have this, I want to have this. So that greed is driving us. Once you overcome that avarice, greed, then you can be satisfied, contented. And contentment, when you are contented, you are happy. So that brought happiness and contentedness and reduced my material needs. It's not that somebody asked me that are you going to go to using bullock carts? So I said, no, I'm going to use technology, but I'm going to use technology such that it is not harming others. And that's the essence, that's the essence of ahimsa. Ahimsa is not only physical violence. With your words also, you cannot hurt people.
Absolutely.
So that helped me in my professional career. People always were more respectful to me because of these two. They knew that Mukund is not going to lie and Mukund is not going to be violent.
Right, absolutely. So I really thought that yoga is asanas and breath work, but today I got to know that before we do asanas, before we do the breath work, we actually need these two niyamas.
No, it starts automatically. Sometimes I used to enjoy all kinds of food, for example. And but as we started practicing yoga after 10 years, slowly I became a vegetarian. Because when I started realizing that we talk of ahimsa and how can I eat non-vegetarian food?
That comes with
So that comes with practice. So these are not steps in that manner, they evolve together. And when they are together, the fulfillment is better.
Absolutely. So, as you said that you come from a technical background, that you had a job. So today also people are working jobs 9 to 5. So how can they inculcate mindfulness and yoga, and how can that benefit them? Like, work officials.
Yeah, but you have to go to a good instructor, good institute, good teachers.
Right.
And quite often, I ask myself, I came to Pune as a young engineering graduate in 1975, and I joined the Iyengar Institute in 1988. So many years, we don't know unless you explore. It's only because my wife went I came to know. And such a world-renowned person is in Pune.
Right, absolutely.
And that institute conduct classes, and that institute has so many teachers. So all that you have to do is start with 1 hour a week. Okay. And you will flourish as you go on. Guruji always insisted that only asana practice is important, but at the same time you have to read books. So he made us to learn. Patanjali wrote a very nice book called Patanjali Yoga Darshan. Okay. So Patanjali is not this
Yes, no.
Baba. Somebody asked me.
Yeah, no.
So he wrote that book, which is called Patanjali Yoga Darshan, and it has 196 aphorisms. Aphorisms are short, terse shlokas, 1 line, 2 line, 3 line maximum. But they convey so much meaning in that. As a matter of fact, I started learning asana and I started learning Yoga Sutra. There are 196 of them divided into 4 chapters. And I started reciting while I am doing the asana. So it was wonderful, and the Iyengar Institute has come out with an excellent CD, how to start memorizing this. And that also improved my practice.
That's really nice. So these shlokas are to be practice with the asanas?
No,
Or-
they make you understand what is Ashtanga Yoga.
Huh.
It's an exposition on Ashtanga Yoga.
Okay.
And many people have written commentaries. The first commentary was written by Veda Vyas.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
The Yoga Sutras were written by Patanjali. But Veda Vyas, who is a Chiranjeevi, that means immortal sage, he said that he has written Patanjali in such a difficult language, I must make a commentary on it, so that then Vivekananda wrote about it. Then Tilak wrote his exposition. So there are hundreds and thousands of people who have put this in a better fashion, in a simpler fashion. So once you start learning, you should start understanding and start practicing in life. Guruji never says that you give up everything. So he had his full life, and it is unimaginable. I went to Ballur, for example. It's such a small hamlet, and his mother had 12 children. He was the weakest of them, and his father died when he was 3 years old. So mother said that I cannot afford to provide you medicine, but if you go to your his brother-in-law, elder sister's husband, who was teaching yoga in Mysore Palace, only yoga can help you. And Guruji learned from that. And from being a very sick child, he had tuberculosis, he had influenza, he was born in 1918. 1918, that time there was a big epidemic of influenza. And he lived a life up to 96 years.
Yeah. So, when you started yoga, did you see any changes in your lifestyle? Like you said that by practice you did quit having.
You have to
non-veg.
practice. Initial years you have to practice, and then you get interested in it. Once you get interested in that, you start progressing. It's like any other subject. Okay, but that made me more healthy, so I could perform better
Right.
in the factory.
Right.
It was a very demanding life. In a manufacturing setup, I was working 12 hours a day, starting at 7:30, coming back at 7:30, 6 days a week, not 5. But only on one day I had taken permission that I should come little early. So I used to drive from Bharat Forge to reach the Iyengar Institute at 6 o'clock. And once it became a practice, then I started practicing at home. And then
So nowadays people are associating yoga with having a good mental health, having a good mindful personality, understanding themselves. So how would you tell us or relate it? Does it actually help?
see, first you have to understand yourself.
Right.
Okay, and what yoga taught me, by practicing of asanas, I started to know my body
Better.
better. I could control the muscles. My blood circulation improved. Once I started learning pranayama, my breathing improved.
Makes
So all the health benefits. What happens is when we are living, we don't, and if we are healthy, up to a young age we are healthy, then we take our body for granted. Okay. We don't understand. When something goes wrong, then we start worrying about it.
absolutely.
But with yoga, you will start to focus on your body, and then you will start to focus on your mind, and then you start to focus on your consciousness. And this goes hand in hand.
Right.
So body, mind, consciousness, intellect.
Yeah.
And they're all interconnected in intellect.
Definitely.
So when your body becomes better, your thought process improves, your conscience improves, your intellect improves. Many a times I was able to solve complicated problems just because my Of course, my training in engineering helped in IIT. But
Yes. So, sir, I've also heard that you are working and you are working as a educator for climate change mitigation. I would really want to know how is it and what it is, because climate change has become a very huge topic, and us youngsters.
actually, yoga initiated me into climate change.
Oh,
When I started practicing yoga, in yoga they say that first is as you
yeah.
so your effort to reduce, and Guruji used to always say that you should practice in such a manner that if your alignment is correct, your asana becomes more stable, your muscular effort reduces. So the same asana for which I used to struggle, then I started realizing that we are doing so many things outside, and there also I should start using less and less material. Then I started reading about climate, and then it dawned on me that the present climate change which is occurring is only because of the use of energy. Every one of us use energy in everything that we do. So how to reduce that? And then I started looking at the carbon emissions. Today, because of technology, human beings are able to influence nature on a much larger scale. Okay, previously when there were no digging machines, how much can you dig with a axe, or how much wood can you cut with, but now with the chainsaws you can flatten the tree. So our intervention has multiplied so many times, and the climate change is happening because of what is called as carbon dioxide.
Emission of carbon dioxide.
Emission of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide stays in the atmosphere, and in the atmosphere it retains heat. That is why the planet is warming. So as a climate change mitigation, we must reduce our emissions, reduce use of carbon, and go to renewable energy. And that's how I got interested in renewable energy. And today we are using what is called as fossil fuels. Those fossil fuels are buried under the ground. Okay. That is the energy that we are using. That treasure was not used by our grandparents or our ancestors. Okay, so what we are doing today is using our ancestors' treasures for our benefit. So we are not sustaining.
Yeah.
When you start using, suppose your salary is 1 lakh of rupees and your expense is 1,20,000, then slowly you will become bankrupt. So we have reached a stage of bankruptcy.
Definitely. The nature will, if we don't act today, the nature will make us bankrupt.
So first mitigation effort is to understand how much energy you are using, start reducing it. Second is whatever remaining energy you require for your conducting your daily life, try to get it from renewable energy, wind, solar, hydro, any of these renewable energies and you will be surprised when I started reading how much energy sun's energy is abundant. Okay, whatever energy Earth receives from the sun in 1 hour is sufficient to cover all our energy requirements for 1 year.
Oh, 1 year.
1 year. So whole of manpower with the increased population requires 17 terawatts of energy, and sun provides that within 1 year to the earth. So just imagine. So it was like change of mindset, and yoga helped me to change that mindset. So for example, last 5 years I have stopped buying clothes, and I still have enough of good clothes. So how wasteful we have become.
Absolutely. I understand clothes and everything. These are all the material things that we need, and by practicing yoga, it makes us mindful that this is the only thing that I need. I need less.
Yes.
And again, climate change is associated with that. Like, I need less. So sustainable life, I think it is very related. Like the yoga, the climate change, it makes us mindful that these are
Yoga opened my mind to all these thoughts.
Right.
And then, but you have to read also. You have to also think about it. And what I want to do and why I became an activist in this climate change is I want to leave a better world for my children and my grandchildren and people like you.
Yes, definitely. So yes, sir, I wouldn't take much of your time. I just want you to tell us youth what are a few practices for mindful living and for sustainable living as well.
So first thing is start practicing yoga. Okay?
Absolutely.
It may be 1 hour a week. Okay, Iyengar Institute, there is so much rush here, they give you beginner's class only 1 hour a week. And then you start practicing yourself. Okay, and then you will get interested. So do asana practice. We suggest that you don't start pranayama. After 3 years of asana practice, then you can start pranayama. First, you have to get control over your body. Then you can get control over your breathing. Then you get control over your mind. Then you get control over intellect. Okay, so it's a journey, but you must begin the journey as soon as possible. That is one. Similarly, in case of climate change, first understand how much energy, material things are you using. Then try to reduce them. And whatever is remaining, try to get it. But you have to go one step beyond that. Because we have in the last 150 years since the first industrial revolution put so much carbon dioxide that we have to start absorbing. And that is why you have to plant more trees, you have to restore forests, you have to restore rivers. So last 2 years, for example, I am on the roads protesting against the riverfront development, which is going to cut down 160,000 trees. So on one side, we are planting trees, restoring forests, but at the same time, we mindlessly cutting. That's also violence.
Definitely.
So we should avoid that. And I give you a 100% guarantee that if you start practicing like this, you will succeed. In learning yoga, in becoming a better person, in becoming a better professional, and in becoming a better citizen of the country. So that's how you have to start. You always start small and then keep building. But if your foundation is good, then the edifice above that is stable.
That's absolutely
So,
right.
so I suggest to everybody that in your profession, start practicing yama, niyama, simple things, but they're difficult to practice. I will tell you one story of Gandhiji. He used to conduct prayers every morning and every evening. So one day one woman came to the prayer and she came with her son, who was 8 years old. And she came and she said that after the prayer, can you tell my son that he is eating too much sweet things and he is eating too much sugar? So Gandhiji said that I will tell him that, but I will tell him after 15 days. Bring him after 15 days. And after 15 days, that woman got and he told, and that boy improved. So that boy listened to at least Gandhiji. So that woman asked him, why did you could have said the same thing 15 days ago. So Gandhiji said that I also used to love sugar. first I gave up eating sugar. Only when I did that I could advise to others. So what I tell people that you start practicing and then you advise. So for mitigation also, that people just keep on advising that we will do this, we will do that, we will do it. But that is why when I started with climate change mitigation, I first converted my house to completely solar. It took me 2 years. That time the cost was more. But now I'm so happy that my carbon footprint has shrunk. I started using electric vehicle, the most modern technology. And I have saved almost 32 tons of carbon dioxide emission in the last 10 years, which is equivalent to 20,000 trees. So you plant trees on one side and you can reduce your influence by reducing your emissions. Do you know another very interesting fact? When we burn petrol in our car, the efficiency is only 20%. Rest 80% is going out as hot gases and noise and friction. So imagine so much heat, and you will be all seeing that in Pune. In Delhi, the temperature has reached 52 degrees. I never heard of it.
Which is like half the boiling point. You can make dosas.
And people tell me that, how does it going to matter? But if I am able to convince a few people, okay, then the momentum begins.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
You have to start small.
Small steps, yes. Even one person giving in, making change is going to bring change.
Big change.
Yes, definitely.
And everybody's effort is required. For climate change, we have very limited time.
Yes.
Okay, we have only 7 years to reduce our carbon emissions by 40%. Then we'll be able to control the temperature to 1.5 degrees, less than 1.5 degrees. It's already 1.1, so we have only 7 years left to do that.
That's right.
And so become practitioner of yoga, but don't become dogmatic. Think, act, and improve yourself. That is what I would like to convey. And there is no best time to start than today. Okay, so there is so many things available on video. So after going home, just go home, pick up a video and do some asanas. Pick up a beginner asana and do it. It's my advice on International Yoga Day.
Yes, that's right. I also wanted to, practice yoga from a very long time, and I think I've got the cue to, start, and I will definitely. I think I will take a few questions from the viewers.
While Darshana is searching for questions, some thought came to me.
Definitely.
You keep searching.
Yes, definitely.
And instead of everybody just looking at my face, it's better that I
Definitely,
talk something. So what I'm suggesting, start making a difference. I started making a difference with the people around me. Once you trigger somebody, then those people also start making a difference. So I would suggest in your workplace, in your home, with your friends, discuss these things and do something whatever you think is correct, and slowly will find your way. If you're sincere in your effort, that sincerity and integrity of effort is most important. Don't look look at, oh, how will I sit for 2 hours in meditation? Not required. Guruji said that if you do asana for 10 minutes, that is sufficient meditation. Because you start your journey inwards. Okay. The question.
Yeah, so I think we have covered that question. It was that how to act in stressful situations and how can I relate it to, because
No, stressful situations will occur in life. It's not that our life has become like that. Okay, but when we do asana, we improve the circulation of blood. End of that, we do Pauriyas or Shavasana, where you are releasing all your muscles. You are drawing your attention inside. And once you start to relax your muscles, automatically stress reduces. Another best way to reduce stress is just smile.
yes, that's right. That's absolutely
Because when we are so much tense, so if you smile, that's why I ask people when they are learning asanas that I don't want to see a tense face. Smile when you are doing that asana. That releases the stress.
Right. Okay, sir. So on this note, I think the 3 things that I'm going to take from today, like it has etched in my mind today, is I have to smile more so that I reduce my stress. I will start practicing yoga. I will make. I want to. I really wanted to do it from a very long time, and I think today is the day that I start. And the third thing is that climate change is a very serious topic, and us youngsters are the ones who need to give in the energy. We need to give in the energy to act, because we have to live on this earth.
Yes.
And
So discuss with your parents. Start influencing your parents. I don't know whether you've heard of Greta Thunberg.
yes,
She
definitely.
started a school strike for one day for climate, and now it has become a movement. So everything small, and I am very thankful to you to have this interaction and talk to so many people. That is how new ideas will come.
Right. We are very happy to have you here. Having your insights over all these things was really beneficial. I would really thank you from the Mindificent team to join us, and yes, we will end our live over here. Thank
Maybe after a year I'll check how many
Yeah.
people have started.
you. Definitely. yes, you
Because
can.
normally, we Indians are Arambha Shur.
Haan.
That means on 21st you'll make a resolution. But follow it up.
Right. Yes, we are like that. But I think small steps, I think knowing that this is the right step is also taking us towards that.